Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled program to bring you this special bulletin. Social media people are just... I'm not even going to say it because I don't want to get the channel... I don't want to get this video demonetized right out the bat. Anyway, let's get on with the story because this one is interesting to say the least. Steamboat Willie inspired horror game Infestation 88 gets a name change after title is accused of being a Yahtzee dog whistle. It took me 5 seconds to debunk this whole claim, and I'm going to go along with it with you. I hope you come along for the ride. So in this article from Bounding Into Comics, this came out a few days ago, the game Infestation 88 was announced on January 1st when Steamboat Willie was announced to the public as going into the public domain. Therefore, everyone and their grandma could do all kinds of stuff with Steamboat Willie, specifically that variation of Mickey Mouse. Now, of course, I'm sure the Disney attorneys are hard at work trying to figure out who they can and cannot sue, who they can and cannot strike down. I believe there was something out there where they were striking down channels using Steamboat Willie, but those strikes had been rescinded because, hey, public domain, guys. But in this one, latest case of social media woke scolds being whipped into a frenzy. Thank you, Bounding Into Comics. Who wrote this one? I had his name, Spencer. I love your choice of words. Whipped into a frenzy by their own delusions, and yes, these are delusions. A Steamboat Willie-inspired horror video game has chosen to rename itself. The company bent the knee. For whatever reason, it's their game, it's their own choice, but when you bend the knee once, they see blood in the water and they will go after you no matter what. But what did they get their proverbial panties? Well, no, maybe literal panties in a twist over this. Well, let's go down here to the lovely little tweet by Dizzy Logan Enjoyer. I don't even want to try to read that. Is it just me? Or is Infestation 88 a very odd name for a game where you have to gas rats? Now, most people in 2023 and 2024 are not very much aware of the different pejoratives used for a particular group of religious people back in the 40s and 50s and 60s. Even probably, some people probably use them today. But rats was one of those terms as well. And of course, we all know about gassing. Anyway, moving on. Infestation 88. Now, what is the big deal about Infestation 88? Well, of course, if you didn't know, like this thing says, later pressed for an explanation as to the reason for their concern, the user argued that 88 is a dog whistle used by Yahtzees because the letter H is the 8th letter in the alphabet. Oh, no. But it gets so much better. And here's where it just, well, better... moronic, delusional, seeking to support one Oni Ross and whatever, the previous text, the previous twat. Original conclusion with their own paranoid take. Call Me Pav pointed to the sister white supremacist numerical code of 14. Don't look it up, it's just as dumb. Used by such groups in reference to their ideology's infamous 14-word slogan. 14 words. 14. So let's see what the tweet has to say. Infest 88 is 14 characters, including the space. Well, why would you include the space? It's 13 letters because a space is not a letter. So you're going to manipulate it to whatever you want. If it was 14 letters without the space, then you would be calling it out to be 14 letters without the space. You're calling out 14 letters, essentially 14 spaces, because that's what suits your delusional narrative. Infestation is 14 points in Scrabble. Now, that's kind of an interesting one. How a singular word used, I don't know, in conjunction with getting rid of, infestation. Infestation of cockroaches, infestation of bugs, of vermin, of snakes, of whatever. That's what the game's about. Getting rid of a bunch of vermin, much like the people on Twitter. They've apparently been around for 14 years, so that's irrelevant. The game is a 1v4 player co-op. You know how many 1v4 player co-ops we have out there on the market? One of which one of which is a rather popular one. And took me a couple of seconds to figure this out. It goes by the name Dead by Daylight. Now, if you think about it, you want to count out the letters? Dead by Daylight is a 1v4 player co-op. Dead by Daylight, let's see, D-E-A-D, well, that's 4. B-Y, well, that's 6 letters. D-A-Y-L-I-G-H. Dead by Daylight without the spaces is 14 letters. Does that mean their 1v4 game, co-op game, Dead by Daylight, is a Yahtzee dog whistle as well? Are you going to go after them? Probably not, because people will look at you and call you foolish and laugh at you, which is probably what people are doing right now already as it is. Unfortunately, the company behind Infestation 88 decided to change the name to Infestation Origins. Well, when you've already invoked one Yahtzee dog whistle openly, that's the strange thing about people like this. They think a certain way, and then they project that way of thought onto other people when most other people have no idea what you're talking about. But this bending of the knee probably sees it as, we're just trying to make a video game and make people have fun and laugh and enjoy the new Steamboat Willie in public domain. So why not? Likewise, oh, look, we have more. Let's see, Danielle Creole exclaimed, Infestation 88. Oh, hell no. Oh, God, why are they talking like this? Oh, don't put Creole in your name and then talk like an idiot, because you just make us all look bad. Oh, hell no. This woke effing Yahtzee game. They thought they was slick with this anti-Semitic. How is this anti-Semitic? This has got to be a troll account. Danny the Maroon. Well, you have a very appropriate name there, Danny. This company was formed 14 years ago. Okay, so what? A lot of companies got formed 14 years ago. How the fuck did nobody else see this? Because everyone else isn't a delusional lunatic like you. Attempting to find more dirt in support of this argument. Oh, there's more people joining in on the act, because you have a group of people who wake up every morning looking for something to be offended by, and they see one little thing like this, and they go, yay, I'm going to go after it. Here you go on evidence from a mate. Let's see. Pronouns are she, it. What? She, him, blah, blah, blah. What? The mod team on Discord has out proud. Really? Huh? Hold on. What did we figure out here? Claim the studio's mod team on Discord are out and proud neo-Yahtzees. His evidence, a handful of screenshots taken from said server, supposedly supplied to him by a friend. Well, I wouldn't even consider any of this proof. Unless you see it yourself, I wouldn't even, Pronouns. I'm going to take a she, it on your Steamboat, Willie. Oh my God. As for the offending content therein, in one screenshot, a user can be seen making fun of non-standard pronouns. A lot of people make fun of non-standard pronouns. In another, a user ridiculing the above rushed to decry the developers as Yahtzees over nothing more than the use of the number 88. I guess anyone born in 1988, well, that's a dog whistle. You're in trouble. Change the year that you were born. Guess what? If someone's real name has 14 letters, does that mean that they're a secret sleeper Yahtzee? This is the ridiculousness of people like this. If you go looking for something with the specific intent to find it, you will find it. Because you will draw all kinds of correlation between one number, whether it's a number, a letter, or anything like that. You will find it if you go looking for it. And if you have to actively go look for it and hunt and search and try to do all this 14 letters, 8, whatever, then there's a reason it's just not there. You have to make things up in order to find all this nonsense. Changing the name of a video game is just, let's see, Nightmare Forge, update. We're changing our game's name to Infestation Origins. Set in the 1980s. Yes, with the year 1988. Now, why would they say Infestation 88? Well, there's this thing called alliteration, where a name, the words that you're using just kind of roll off the tongue. Again, the game is set in the 1980s. Infestation 88. They could have gone with Infestation 87. Would that have changed anything? Probably not, because they'd have come up with something else to complain about, because that's what these people do. I think Infestation 88 just kind of rolls off the tongue. But Infestation Origins, there's nothing wrong with that title either, but they'll still complain about the infestation. Let's see. Let's go through the whole. Our game, Infestation 88, is set in the 1980s, with the year 1988 chosen simply due to its symmetrical design in the game's artwork and logo. Unfortunately, we were unaware, just like most people on the planet were unaware, of any additional meanings to the number 88, because people don't care. They don't think like that. However, after learning about this, we're changing the game's name to Infestation Origins. We apologize for our ignorance. Don't apologize for your ignorance. It's not ignorance. It's just, well, it's not blatant ignorance. It's not malicious. That's the difference. We apologize for our ignorance of this and appreciate that this was brought to our attention so we could address it as soon as possible. Somebody got a big, massive pump of endorphins and dopamine simply because, yes, I won. I got the big company to change their name. Okay, pat yourself on the back, go jerk off in the corner, and wake up tomorrow and find something else to complain about. While working on rebranding our game name and focused on other tasks, the game's Discord server was flooded with users posting hateful and Yahtzee rhetoric, which we strongly stand against, because the internet's going to internet. We should have had better moderation in place prior to setting our Discord live. Well, that's probably true because the internet's going to internet. So we once again apologize for the lack of preparation on our part. We've temporarily halted chats, cleared discussions, and are working on bans, which is a good thing because you don't want people talking like that. You don't want hateful shit in your Discord, in your social media discussions or anything like that. Actual, intelligent, thought-provoking discussions, yes, that's always welcome. But when someone runs in there just to name call and make accusations, all kinds of nonsense, and generally just cause chaos, that's not welcome. So getting rid of that, I'm all in favor of. The users shown here weren't associated with Nightmare Forge games. All rule-breaking users have been banned from the servers. Yes, good job. As of writing, Infestation 88 is on track to whistle its way sometime in 2024. 1v4. Are you going to make the same accusations, ladies and gentlemen of the lunatic Twitter, against Dead by Daylight? It's 1v4. There's 14 letters in the name. I wonder how many years that company's been around. I should have looked that up before I went to the video. But hey, let me know in the comments. Somebody will look it up. Let me know in the comments. Infestation 88. Infestation Origins. Are you going to check out the game? Do you care about all these nonsense coming out since Steamboat Willie hit the public domain? I think it'll be entertaining to see what happens with the movie and this game, and however other many games are coming down the pipeline this year. It'll be interesting to see how Disney responds to it, whether they can respond to it at all. But hey, leave a like, leave a dislike, do all that nifty stuff that we YouTubers beg and plead and ask you to do, and let me know what you think in the comments. Have a good one. Hope to see you on the next one. Bye-bye.